In HTML and XHTML, an image map is a list of coordinates relating to a specific image, created in order to hyperlink areas of the image to different destinations. For example, a map of the world may have each country hyperlinked to further information about that country. The intention of an image map is to provide an easy way of linking various parts of an image without dividing the image into separate image files. Server-side image map. Server-side image maps were first supported in Mosaic version 1.1. Server-side image maps enable the web browser to send positional information to the server about where the user clicks within an image. This allows the server to make pixel-by-pixel decisions about what content to return in response. The HTML code for this type of server-side image map requires the img tag to be inside an anchor tag a/a, and the img must include the isMap attribute. When the user clicks inside the image, the browser will append the x and y coordinates to the anchor URL as a query string and will access the resulting URL. If the browser does not support isMap, then the query string must not be added to the anchor URL and the server should respond appropriately. Client-side image map. Client-side image maps were introduced in HTML 3.2, and do not require any special logic to be executed on the server. They also do not require any JavaScript. Pure HTML. A client-side image map in HTML consists of two parts: the actual image, which is embedded with the img tag. The image tag must have an attribute userMap, which names the image map to use for this image. A map element, and inside that, area elements, each of which defines a single clickable area within the image map. These are similar to the A tag defining which URL should be opened for an ordinary web link. A title attribute may be provided, which may be rendered as a tooltip if a desktop user hovers their mouse pointer over the area. For web accessibility reasons, it is often important, and in some cases it may even be a legal or contractual requirement, to provide an alt attribute describing the link that screen readers software can read to, for example, blind users. The area elements can be rectangles, polygons or circles. Shape values are coordinate pairs. Every pair have a x and a y value. Every pair is as well separated with a comma. Rectangle, set 4 coordinates, x1, y1, x2, y2, polygon, set as many coordinates as you want, x1, y1, x2, y2. xn, n, circle, 1 coordinate pair and another value with a radius, x1, y1, radius. The following example defines a rectangular area. When a user clicks anywhere inside this area, they are taken to the English Wikipedia's homepage. CSS. A more modern approach is to overlay links on an image using CSS absolute positioning. However, this only supports rectangular clickable areas. This CSS technique may be suitable for making an image map work properly on iPhones, which can fail to rescale pure HTML image maps correctly. Image maps use. It is possible to create client-side image maps by hand using a text editor, but doing so requires web designers to know how to code HTML as well as how to enumerate the coordinates of the areas they wish to place over the image. As a result, most image maps coded by hand are simple polygons. Because creating image maps in a text editor requires much time and effort, many applications have been designed to allow web designers to create image maps quickly and easily, much as they would create shapes in a vector graphics editor. Examples of these applications are Adobe's Dreamweaver Orc Image Map Editor, and the Image Map plugin found in GIMP. Image maps which do not make their clickable areas obvious risk subjecting the user to mystery meat navigation. Even when they do, where they lead may not be obvious. This can be partially remedied with rollover effects. References. Tutorials and links. CSS Image Map Techniques and Tutorials. Tutorial Design Reviver, Image Map Generator, Generator for HTML Image Maps.